The massive starship of the Star Hunters descended through Earth's atmosphere, casting long shadows over the Canadian wilderness. Its iridescent hull reflected the winter sun as it settled into a clearing among ancient pines. The vessel's arrival scattered wildlife for miles, leaving only silence in its wake. Commander Han stood on the observation deck, his weathered face illuminated by holographic displays showing Earth's various predators. His disappointment was evident as he swiped through images of bears, wolves, and big cats. "Another planet of soft creatures," he said to the hunting party assembled behind him. "The supreme hunters of 7 galaxies will find little challenge here." Officer Jin nodded in agreement, her ceremonial hunting armor gleaming under the ship's lights. "Our viewers across 20 star systems will be amused by how easily we conquer these Earth beasts. Perhaps the ocean predators will provide better sport," suggested Q, the youngest hunter, eager to prove himself. "Their sharks appear to have some potential." Han dismissed the suggestion with a wave. "Water hunting lacks spectacle. We need victories the galaxy can witness clearly." The Star Hunters had visited hundreds of worlds across their long history. On each planet, they sought worthy adversaries, broadcasting their hunts to an audience of billions. Their advanced technology and evolved physical abilities had made most hunts predictable, and their ratings were dropping. They needed Earth to provide excitement. Below the alien vessel, hidden among the trees, wildlife biologist Dr. Song watched through binoculars. She had tracked unusual atmospheric disturbances for weeks before their arrival and had assembled a small research team to monitor these visitors. "They've chosen one of the harshest environments on Earth," she whispered to her assistant Bo, who was recording everything on specialized equipment. "Winter in the Northern Territories. They have no idea what they're walking into." "Should we alert the authorities?" Bo asked, his breath forming clouds in the cold air. Dr. Song shook her head. "Not yet. Let's see what they want first. If they're hostile to humans, we'll need more information before anyone approaches them." Inside the ship, the aliens prepared their equipment. Their translucent armor could withstand extreme temperatures and pressures. Their weapons, designed to capture rather than kill, utilized energy fields and sonic technology that had subdued apex predators across numerous worlds. "Begin environmental scans," Commander Han ordered. "I want to know everything about this region's terrain and wildlife patterns." Officer Jin examined the readings with interest. Temperatures well below freezing. Most local predators have either migrated or entered dormant states, not ideal hunting conditions. There, Han pointed to a heat signature moving through the forest several miles from their position. "Something large is active despite the cold. Mark it as our first target." The hunting party's excitement grew as they studied the creature's movements. A large brown bear, awakened from its hibernation by their ship's energy emissions, was wandering confusedly through the snow. "Prepare the broadcast," Han ordered. "Our first Earth hunt begins at dawn." As night fell, Dr. Song's team set up a hidden camp with thermal shields to mask their presence. Their equipment captured the aliens' communications, which Bo worked to decode. "They're hunters," Dr. Song realized as patterns emerged. "They've come here looking for sport." "That explains the ceremonial armor and weapons," Bo said. "But why Earth? We're not exactly known for dangerous wildlife compared to what might exist out there." Dr. Song turned her attention to a movement on their wildlife tracking system. "They've disturbed a brown bear from hibernation. They're planning to hunt it tomorrow." "Poor bear doesn't stand a chance against that technology," Bo said. "No," Dr. Song agreed. "But they've chosen this location without understanding our ecosystem. There are creatures here that don't appear impressive but are pound for pound, some of the most formidable on Earth." As if responding to her words, a small but muscular shape appeared on their tracker, moving purposefully through the snow toward the alien ship. "Is that what I think it is?" Bo asked, zooming in the image. Dr. Song nodded, a small smile forming. "Gulo Gulo, a Wolverine, and based on its size, it's the one we've been tracking for years, the old ghost of the Northern Territory." "Should we warn them?" Bo asked. "About a 30-pound mustelid?" Dr. Song's smile widened. "I think the supreme hunters of 7 galaxies can handle themselves." As darkness settled completely over the forest, the Wolverine's heat signature moved closer to the alien vessel. Drawn by unfamiliar scents and the disturbed ecosystem, the Star Hunters, focused on preparing for their bear hunt, remained unaware of the approach of Earth's most tenacious predator. The hunt had begun, but not in the way the aliens had planned. The Star Hunters began their first Earth hunt at dawn. Commander Han led the party of 5 through the snow-covered forest, their advanced technology easily tracking the brown bear. The aliens wore lightweight armor that shifted colors to match the surroundings. Their weapons hummed softly, ready to capture rather than kill. "Remember, we need it alive," Han instructed. "Our viewers prefer to see the creatures return to their habitats after showing proper submission." Officer Jin activated the broadcast drone, which rose silently above the trees. Transmission beginning. We have viewers tuning in from 17 systems already. The bear, confused and hungry from its disturbed hibernation, lumbered through a clearing. It stood on its hind legs, sniffing the unfamiliar scents in the air. At nearly 8 feet tall, it looked impressive against the snowy backdrop. "Magnificent," young Q whispered. "Perhaps Earth has worthy challenges after all." Han smiled indulgently. "It's large, yes, but size means little. Watch." The commander stepped into the clearing, deliberately making noise. The bear turned, growled, and charged. Han waited until the last moment before activating his sonic weapon. The bear stumbled, mid-charge, shaking its massive head in confusion. Before it could recover, Jin fired a containment net that wrapped around the animal, delivering a mild sedative through microscopic needles. "First capture complete," Han announced to the audience. "As you can see, Earth's supposedly fearsome predators offer little resistance to our methods." From their hidden observation post, Dr. Song and Bo watched with concern. "That poor bear never had a chance," Bo said. "They're using technology we can't even understand." Dr. Song nodded grimly. "And they're broadcasting it as entertainment. These aren't scientists or explorers, they're showing off." The aliens released the sedated bear after attaching a small tracking device to its ear. Over the next 3 days, they repeated similar performances with a pack of wolves, 2 mountain lions, and even a moose. Each capture followed the same pattern: quick, efficient, and designed for maximum entertainment value. "These Earth creatures lack fighting spirit," Han complained on the 4th evening as the hunting party returned to their ship. "They either charge mindlessly or attempt to flee. There's no strategy, no true challenge." "The ratings are dropping," Jin reported, reviewing the broadcast metrics. "Viewers are becoming bored with these easy victories." Young Q had been studying the ship's wildlife scans. "There's something interesting in Sector 7. A smaller predator, but it's moving with purpose even in this extreme cold. It might provide better sport." "Unlikely," Han dismissed. "But we need something to improve our viewership. You may investigate this creature tomorrow. Take basic equipment. Only no need for a full hunting party for a small target." The next morning, Q set out alone. His excitement was evident as he followed the tracks of what the ship's computer identified as a Wolverine, a muscular, short-legged predator weighing just 30 pounds. "Surely this tiny beast can't be more challenging than the bear," he reported back to the ship. "But its movements suggest intelligence. I'll capture it quickly and return." Hours passed without communication from Q. As evening approached, Commander Han grew concerned. "His tracker shows no movement for 2 hours. Jin reported. "The signal is coming from a ravine 3 miles east of our position." Han assembled a search party. They found Q's equipment scattered across the snow, broken and twisted. His sonic weapon had been crushed, and the containment net shredded. Of Q himself there was no sign except a trail of blood leading into a narrow crevice in the rocks. "Impossible," Han whispered, examining the destruction. "No Earth creature could damage our equipment this way." Jin pointed to unusual tracks in the blood-spattered snow. "These don't match any large predator we've cataloged. They're small but deep, as if made by something unnaturally strong for its size." Back at the research station, Dr. Song received the alien's distress signal. "They've encountered the Wolverine," she told Bo. "The old ghost has claimed another territory. A Wolverine against their technology? Bo asked incredulously. How could it possibly? Because they underestimated it, Dr. Song interrupted. Most people do. Pound for pound, Wolverines are among the strongest animals on Earth. They routinely fight off wolves and bears for food. Their jaws can crush moose bones. And most importantly, they don't know fear the way other animals do. They don't retreat. They attack anything that threatens them, regardless of size. On their ship, the Star Hunters prepared a full hunting party. Commander Han's expression was grim as he addressed the galaxy-wide audience. We have experienced an unexpected development, he announced. One of our hunters is missing. His equipment destroyed by a creature the locals call a Wolverine. Tomorrow we hunt this beast with our full arsenal. The Supreme Hunters will not be defied by any Earth creature, no matter how savage. As night fell over the forest, a lone Wolverine dragged a piece of alien technology back to its den, its powerful jaws leaving deep marks in the supposedly indestructible material. The old Wolverine, known as Ghost, moved through the snow with relentless purpose. He weighed just 35 pounds, but his low muscular body was designed by nature for survival in the harshest conditions on Earth. His thick brown fur, streaked with silver scars from countless battles, protected him from the bitter cold. The Wolverine had survived 15 harsh winters by following one simple rule: attack anything that threatened his territory. The Star Hunters gathered outside their ship at first light. Commander Han addressed his team with unusual seriousness. This is no longer about entertainment, he stated firmly. This small beast has taken one of our own. We will use all available technology to capture it. Officer Jin displayed a holographic image of their target. The creature is called a Wolverine. Earth databases classify it as a large weasel, not considered dangerous to advanced species. However, our experience suggests otherwise. How could something so small defeat our technology? Asked a hunter named Rin. We underestimated it, Han admitted. That will not happen again. The hunting party deployed with their most advanced equipment. They carried neural disruptors, molecular containment, fields, and tracking drones small enough to navigate through dense brush. 6 hunters spread through the forest, coordinating their movements to surround the area where their sensors had detected the Wolverine. Meanwhile, Dr. Song and Bo monitored the situation from their hidden camp. They've brought everything this time, Bo observed. Ghost doesn't stand a chance. Dr. Song wasn't so certain. Wolverines aren't like other animals. They don't think like prey. When cornered, most creatures flee or freeze. Wolverines attack. Even enemies 10 times their size. The hunters closed in on their target. A hunter named Tech found fresh tracks in the snow and followed them toward a rocky outcrop. Target sighted, he reported through his communicator. Moving, in for capture. The Wolverine crouched at the entrance of a small cave, watching the approaching hunter with unblinking eyes. Tech raised his neural disruptor, confident in its ability to temporarily paralyze any Earth creature's nervous system. What happened next stunned the watching aliens. Instead of fleeing deeper into the cave, Ghost charged directly at the hunter. Tech fired his weapon, but the Wolverine moved with unexpected speed, diving to the side. Before Tech could adjust his aim, Ghost leaped, his powerful jaws clamping down on the weapon. The seemingly indestructible material cracked under pressure that could crush moose bones. Impossible! Tech cried out, stumbling backward as the Wolverine released the weapon and lunged for his armored leg. Special alloys designed to withstand the claws of creatures 3 times larger groaned under the Wolverine's assault. Ghost's teeth found a seam in the armor and compressed with over 400 pounds of pressure per square inch. Tech screamed as the Wolverine's teeth penetrated his protective gear. 2 more hunters rushed to Tech's aid. Officer Jin fired a containment net that enveloped the Wolverine, but Ghost tore through the advanced material as if it were spider silk. The 3rd hunter deployed a sonic barrier that should have disoriented any Earth animal, but the Wolverine seemed to push through the pain, driven by territorial rage. It's not responding to our technology, Jin shouted into her communicator. Fall back and regroup. From their observation post, Dr. Song watched with a mixture of concern and admiration. Wolverines evolved to survive in conditions that would kill most creatures, she explained to Bo. Their fur is frost-resistant. Their metabolism is incredibly efficient. They can travel over 30 miles a day through deep snow. But their greatest weapon is their temperament. They simply don't give up. By midday, 3 hunters had retreated with injuries. Commander Han called an emergency meeting aboard the ship. "How is this possible?" he demanded. "Our technology has subdued creatures on 17 worlds, some with natural weapons that dwarf anything on this primitive planet." Jin displayed data collected during their encounters. The Wolverine's bite force exceeds our armor tolerances. Its movements suggest problem-solving intelligence rather than instinct. Most significantly, it shows no fear response to our sonic weapons. Young Hunter Sung, who had been studying Earth's ecosystem during their stay, spoke up. "Commander, I believe we've discovered something unique. This creature evolved in conditions so harsh that retreat means death. It attacks bears and wolves despite being outweighed by hundreds of pounds. It's not just fearless, it's the apex predator of will." Commander Han stared at the holographic image of the Wolverine. For the first time in his long career as a hunter, he felt genuine respect for a target. "Prepare new equipment," he ordered. "We will adapt our approach. This Wolverine has earned more than our usual methods." In his den among the rocks, Ghost ate a fresh kill, conserving energy for the battles to come. The foreign intruders had challenged his domain, and he would respond as Wolverines had for thousands of years, with unyielding ferocity. Commander Han stood before the holographic display showing the entire hunting zone. The image zoomed in on a small blinking dot, the Wolverine's last known position. The mood aboard the ship was tense. Never in his long career had Han faced such resistance from a target so small. "This is no longer about entertainment," Han announced to his crew. "This has become a matter of honor for the Star Hunters. I am deploying all units to Sector 7. Officer Jin approached with concern on her face. "Commander, our viewers are watching this hunt with unprecedented interest. Our ratings have increased tenfold since our initial failures. Then we shall give them a spectacle they will never forget," Han replied. "Prepare the atmospheric modifiers. We will change the weather itself to flush out our target." The massive operation began at dawn. 20 hunters spread across the forest, equipped with new armor featuring reinforced joints, the Wolverine's preferred attack points. Drones filled the sky, scanning every cave and hollow. From the ship, enormous engines activated, creating artificial wind patterns to carry the hunter's scent away from the Wolverine while bringing its scent to them. Dr. Song watched the aliens' activities with growing alarm. Her sensors detected unusual atmospheric disturbances and wildlife fleeing the area in panic. "This is getting out of hand," she told Bo. "They're disrupting the entire ecosystem. The weather patterns they're creating could trigger avalanches in the higher elevations." Bo pointed to their communications monitor. "It's worse than that. Government research stations are detecting the anomalies. They've dispatched investigation teams. If humans make official contact with these aliens because of this hunt," Dr. Song made a difficult decision. "We need to intervene before this escalates further." In the forest, Ghost sensed the changing air currents. The Wolverine had survived 15 winters by adapting quickly to threats. He abandoned his normal hunting grounds, moving deeper into the mountains where the rocky terrain provided countless hiding places. But the alien hunters followed relentlessly, their technology compensating for the difficult terrain. A hunter named Mun tracked the Wolverine to a narrow ravine. He approached cautiously, neural disruptor ready. Ghost waited until the hunter was committed to the narrow passage before attacking from above. Dropping from a rocky shelf onto the hunter's back, the Wolverine's jaws found the breathing apparatus in Mun's suit, crushing it with tremendous force. Mun staggered back, gasping for air, and barely escaped. "It set a trap," Mun reported when he returned to base. "It deliberately led me into that ravine and waited. This isn't just animal instinct, it's using strategy." Commander Han's frustration grew with each failed attempt. "I want that creature captured no matter the cost. Deploy the thermal disruptors. We will freeze the entire sector if necessary." As the alien technology began altering the mountain's temperature, creating dangerous conditions, Dr. Song made her move. She approached the alien camp openly, carrying a white flag, a universal symbol she hoped they would recognize. The aliens were stunned to discover humans had been observing them. Guards surrounded Dr. Song immediately, weapons ready. "You will take me to your commander," she said calmly, showing no fear despite the advanced weapons pointed at her. Inside the ship, Commander Han regarded the human scientist with surprise and suspicion. "You understand our technology? You know our purpose here?" "Impossible for such a primitive species," Han said. "You understand so little about Earth and its creatures," Dr. Song replied evenly. "That's why you're failing to capture one small Wolverine." Han's eyes narrowed. "Explain." "Your hunt is damaging our ecosystem and attracting government attention. Soon, military forces will investigate these weather anomalies. Is that the first contact your people want with humans?" The commander considered her words carefully. "What do you propose?" "First, stop the climate manipulation. Second, listen to what I can tell you about the Wolverine. There are reasons it's defeating your technology that you haven't considered." Meanwhile, Ghost continued his defiant defense of his territory. The old Wolverine had suffered injuries from the aliens' weapons, but each encounter taught him new ways to attack the strange intruders. His legendary endurance, the ability to travel enormous distances through deep snow without tiring, kept him one step ahead of the hunters. The galaxy watched with fascination as the broadcast continued. What had begun as simple entertainment had become an unexpected drama. Viewers across 17 systems witnessed something unprecedented. The mighty star hunters struggling against one small but indomitable Earth creature. And in their failure, they found something more valuable than an easy victory. A renewed sense of respect for the wild, untamable spirit that could exist even on a supposedly primitive world. Commander Han received an urgent message from his superiors. The broadcast of their Earth hunt had captivated audiences across the galaxy, but not in the way they had anticipated. Viewers were fascinated by the Wolverine's defiance, a tiny creature outsmarting the famous star hunters. The message was clear: capture the Wolverine now or face disgrace. In the meeting chamber aboard the ship, Dr. Song faced the alien commander. Behind her stood Bo, nervously clutching research equipment. "Your methods are destroying our ecosystem," Dr. Song explained. "But there's a better way. Let me show you why Earth's creatures deserve your respect, not your trophy cases." She activated a holographic display showing footage of Ghost throughout the years, surviving blizzards that killed larger animals, fighting off a pack of wolves, to defend a kill, digging through 6 feet of frozen ground to reach food. "Wolverines represent the true spirit of Earth," she continued. "They're not the biggest or strongest by mass, but they possess qualities your hunts fail to measure: adaptability, tenacity, and fearlessness." Commander Han studied the footage with growing interest. "These traits you describe, they remind me of ancient stories about the first star hunters. Perhaps that's why this hunt matters so much to your viewers," Dr. Song suggested. "They see something familiar in this creature's refusal to submit." Officer Jin entered the chamber with urgent news. "Commander, we've detected the Wolverine approaching our position. It appears to be challenging us directly." Outside the ship, Ghost stood in the clearing. The old Wolverine's fur was matted with blood from minor wounds, but his stance showed no weakness. He faced the massive alien vessel and released a guttural growl that carried through the cold air. "It's coming to us?" Han asked in disbelief. "What strategy is this?" "It's not strategy," Dr. Song explained. "It's nature. Wolverines don't just defend territory, they actively confront threats to drive them away permanently. Ghost isn't running anymore. He's telling you to leave." Commander Han made a decision that would change the course of galactic hunting forever. "I will face this creature myself, not to capture it, but to acknowledge its spirit." The commander stepped from the ship, wearing only light armor. The assembled hunters watched in shocked silence as Han approached the Wolverine carefully, carrying no weapons. Ghost tensed, his powerful muscles ready to launch his compact body at the alien. For a long moment, Predator faced predator across the snow-covered clearing. Then, slowly, Commander Han knelt and placed his hand on the ground, a hunter's gesture of respect. The Wolverine held its ground, neither retreating nor attacking. Its dark eyes seemed to evaluate the alien with fierce intelligence. After what seemed like an eternity, Ghost turned and trotted toward the forest edge. At the tree line, the Wolverine looked back once, then disappeared into the shadows. Hunt is concluded, Han announced when he returned to the ship. Prepare for departure. Without a capture? Jin asked, confused. Some victories come through recognition, not domination, Han replied. Inform our superiors that Earth is now classified as a protected realm. Its creatures possess a spirit that should be preserved, not conquered. As the alien ship rose into the clouds, Dr. Song and Bo watched from their research station. Do you think they'll really protect Earth? Bo asked. I think they learned something valuable today, Dr. Song replied. Sometimes the most impressive strength isn't in size or technology, but in refusal to surrender. In his mountain den, Ghost tended to his wounds. The old Wolverine had defended his territory against the strangest intruders he had ever encountered, just as he had defended it against bears, wolves, and the bitter cold for 15 winters. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, but the Wolverine would face them with the same unyielding determination, the quality that had earned the respect of hunters from across the stars. As the alien ship disappeared from Earth's atmosphere, the EO broadcast concluded with Commander Han's final message to the galaxy. We came seeking to demonstrate superiority, but found instead a reminder of what makes a true hunter. Not the ease of victory, but the courage to recognize worthy adversaries, no matter their size.